Donstar, and I'm back. Hey! Goofy ass I am. Hey, this is a new. I'm gonna keep it. I'm not gonna edit this out. Let's just go on with it. This is a new pickups video. Yay! I don't do many of these, especially. Well, I'm not gonna get into that, but the holidays are over. Thank God. The depression can go over there and reside somewhere. I decided, you know, once I got some money, I decided to catch up on some movies that came out earlier, and I figured I'd better do a pickup video because they've been stacking here, and I want to put them up on the shelves there. And then today I actually went out and I got a couple more, which I shouldn't have, but I did anyway because, hey, it's me and I deserve it. Don't I? Pat myself on the back. You're a good guy. Yes, I'm a good guy. What the hell am I doing? Anyway, let's just get on with it. These are some of the new Blu-rays. These are all Blu-rays that I picked up, old and new, and they are in alphabetical order. I did that for you. So let's just go with it, okay? I'm glad this came out. I've been waiting. I had the first movie, and I've been waiting years and years for the sequel to finally come out on Blu-ray. And then what did they do? I guess you could buy it separately, but they put them all in a one box set. Yeah, slipcover box. Bad Boy was one. Bad Boys. I'm showing the backs. Bad Boy 1, Bad Boy 2, 1. Yeah, what you gonna do? I love these movies. I really do. This is early Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, and I'm putting them. Well, they got to go in backwards because then you don't see the spine. Yeah, I enjoyed these, and I've been waiting for Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 2 is just it's great, and this is early Michael Bay when he was just getting started. He was a little baby, and they gave him a camera, and he did this, and they're great. But no, I'm so glad the second one came out. I enjoyed it much better than the first one. I haven't watched it yet. Well, you know, I've been going through Making a Murderer. I just finished it last night, and that you know, and then catching up on some television shows. I still got some others, so I haven't seen the Bad Boys 2 yet. Now, I'll probably, when I do get around, I'll watch both of them and make it a double bill with a big bog of popcorn. Yeah, I'm gonna. Everybody has a big bog, don't they? In the cabinets, get your big bog out, fill it with popcorn, and you'll enjoy it. Bad Boys 1 and 2. This came out a while ago in a set, and I didn't see it, but I read somewhere that the packaging on the set, it wasn't like a box. I believe there was 6 movies in there, and I believe instead of all 6 cases, they or it was a. What is that? That's, you open it up and there's the disc, and then you go, and then there's another disc. One of those things. But I decided, when I do get these, which I just got one, well, actually I got 2 of them, of this collection, I was just going to buy the individual releases because I want them on my shelf individually in the correct alphabet. And this is a Harryhausen film. I believe this is his first. Yeah, I believe this is his first. This was before Earth versus Flying Saucer and 20 Million Miles to Earth. I'm talking about Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. I'm doing real good today. Yeah, early Harryhausen, love it. I haven't seen this in such a long time. Gosh, it was. I don't even know if I had it on DVD. I had to have had it on DVD. I'd never had it on laser. I know I had it on VHS. Who cares? That's on Blue now, and I'm curious to see how the quality's going to look. They really did a nice job with the other that 3 set, Earth versus the one with the Mimir, and the Sinbad, I believe, is in that set. I think there's 3. There might be 4. But they really did a nice job with those. And then they colorized them, which really is not that cheap. It's good colorizing, actually. But I like this one. I always like the effects. The stop motion is fantastic. It's Ray Harryhausen. It's a beastly monster movie. And I'm glad I finally got it put it up there with my Harryhausens. I've made a decision, defending fans, that I am going to take all of the individual Ray Harryhausen movies and put it under R after that box set, so they all go. And we still have Gwanji, 1 Million Years BC, that hasn't come out yet. I think that's the other one, because First Men came out. I'm probably missing one in there. Next up, in a great green case, Trauma fan. Yeah, I'm a Trauma fan. And I know there's a box set of the Toxic Avenger movies that came out, and I decided not to buy the Blu-ray because I got them all on DVD, and the quality of those movies are pretty bad anyway. Excuse me, belching. The quality isn't that great, and it's like, well, why upgrade to Blu-ray? You know, I understand they're in high def, and again, I don't know if they put any extras on there or anything that weren't, because those DVDs were loaded. But out of the whole Toxie saga, my favorite Toxic Avenger movie is the fourth one, Citizen Toxie, Toxic Avenger 4. Look at that cover. Look at that artwork. There's so much happening, and even the back. There's so much cool stuff just going on. Sergeant Kabuki Man, not Dolphin Guy, Ron Jeremy's in here. If you haven't seen this, you know what I say? If you're interested in the Toxie movies, watch the very first one and then jump to this one. In fact, Stan Lee narrates the movie. Yeah, that's Stan Lee of the Marvel movies, comics, Legacy. He narrates this, and he even says in the opening narration, he explains what happened in the first movie, and then he says there were 2 sequels that came after. Skip those and just watch this. He even say this. But I love the storyline of this, the flipping, the alternate universe, the good Toxie, the bad Toxie, and it's just so, again, you know, trauma, politically incorrect, raunchy, violent, extremely on-purposely bad. Really bad acting, lots of cameos. Geez, I believe Lemmy is in this from Motorhead. So many people, so many. See, I'm not even opening these. Well, there we go. We got the movie, and then we got a bonus disc. And I have to stress, if you're a film fan, if you like watching documentaries on the making of movies, this, again, the reason I love this movie and the reason I wanted this one on Blu-ray with a green case is because it comes with this wonderful, amazing, fascinating documentary called Apocalypse When, which goes through the whole trials and tribulations of what Lloyd Kaufman went through dealing with his non-paid staff to put this thing together. It's fascinating, the makeup problems, the actors complaining, the filming in locations where there's asbestos, and it's a fantastic documentary. It's interesting, it's hilarious, it's shocking. But anyway, Citizen Toxie, I'm glad it's in my collection. I did watch it. I enjoy it. I said I enjoy it, but I enjoy the quality, the high defness. It looks nice. I'm not making fun. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. I'm sorry. I did that. This one I haven't watched yet, but I heard great things about it. Ben Affleck. And it's a David Fincher film, which is always great. I'm talking about Gone Girl. I still haven't seen it, but this set that came with the really cool book, which I know nothing about because I haven't seen the movie yet, and then this really nice, with lots of tchotchkes, cardboard thing. Hey, we got a UV code. I don't know if I'm going to do UV codes today. I was looking. Almost all of these have UV codes. So maybe I'll do that in another juncture, another video. I'll go and give away some. When I can't find one, I'll get that back in there. But I understand this is a fantastic movie, and I can't wait to watch it. But this came down in price really, really low, like under $10. And for this set, they got this one, and it's not a stupid little plastic case. So picked it up, jumped on it. Need to see it, need to watch it. Sadly, the series was canceled. There's still little chitter chatter out there talking that they're gonna do either a short mini series but they're gonna make a television movie. But but I love this series. Not enough people watched it, which is probably why it was canceled. NBC gave the ranks, let them do, just said, here's a leash, go run, do what you want. And I'm talking about Hannibal. The makers and creators of this television show just went all out with some of the most gruesome, disgusting, extremely violent for NBC television death scenes, death tableaus by the various serial killers in this. And yeah, Hannibal's in there, but he's not the main, protagonist. Well, it does. This season went way out on the artsy fartsy, and I have no problem with that. There were people that were a little bit upset with how there's just a lot of talking, and it's the visual style is just overbearing. But man, this ending, the whole storyline of these 3 seasons, and even the way this season ends without giving spoilers, you could watch those. If you ignore Silence of the Lambs and you watch season 1, 2, and then this one, 3, the way this ends, it does make a nice little, final. But I'd love to see him come back. Most of these characters are off doing other things now, Mads Mikkelsen and stuff. Comes with the slipcase, still sealed. When I do watch this, I'm going to go back and there are only 12 episodes a season, so I'm going to start from the beginning and marathon the whole thing one week, 2 weeks. One couple week viewing, whatever I'm trying to say. Yeah, this is very recent, just came out, and because I'm a 3D fan, and there's more coming. Welcome to the Hotel Transylvania. It's a scary place. Blah. It's a funny place. Blah. Yeah, Adam Sandler. I like his little animated, Drac in the hotel with all the monsters. I enjoyed the first one. Got it in 3D over there, and we'll talk about that later. Haven't seen this. Whether it's good or bad, old Roger needed it because it's in 3D, and I'm a 3D completist. I want to try to get everything on 3D that I can, because one day it might just poof disappear, and they'll go, there's no 3D, and I'll go, I got all my 3D movies to watch. Anyway, it comes with the slip cover, and it's a fatter case. Wow, it's only 3 discs, UV code, but here's what I was talking. You know how they do that. Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray, and DVD. But yeah, look, it's a super thick case. That's unusual. Anyway, I'm curious to watch it and enjoy it. Hopefully it'll be as fun as I thought the first one was. Look how cool. Lenticular, right? It gives that impression of 3D, the depth. And then you got The Martian. Come on, Fox. 20th Century Fox can't even put a lenticular cover. It's the cheapo cardboard, Yeah, another new one that came out this week, and this is the 3D version. Again, should have had lenticular cover. Haven't seen it, heard fantastic things about it. Damon's nominated. No, the nominations were announced today. He's nominated for Best Actor. No Ridley Scott. Best Picture nomination. No Ridley Scott. Anyway, again, haven't seen it, don't know much about it. It's in my collection now. Probably going to watch that this afternoon once the sun starts going down, so it'll be nice and dark. This I was great to have. Really happy to get the Steelbook version of this. I believe this was a Best Buy exclusive, and I have the rest of the movies. I have no problems other than the second one. I really need to revisit the second one because all these many, many years I've just been ripping the hell out of it. And it's one of my favorite directors, John Woo. I'm talking about the Mission Impossible movie. Oh, that's cold. Steelbook. Steelbook edition. Look at that awesome back cover, Yeah, it is cold. I have to rewatch the second one to see if it's as bad as I remember it. All I can remember is the motorcycles going to each other and them jumping off, and then physics, gravity, and then him doing the kick and the backflip and landing. And I've never seen Tony Jaa do that, or Jet Li, or anybody. So is that possible? I don't think so. But anyway, I need to rewatch it again. But I like all the movies. Someday I'll do a retro on the series, and I'll go through each one. basically telling you what I think, how I rank each one. The one that Abrams did with Philip Seymour Hoffman was really, really good. The last one was fun. This one I enjoyed. This one was really kind of cool. I'm so glad they enhanced Simon Pegg's character, made him more of the story. But yeah, these movies are fun. They really are. You've probably all seen the Steelbook. Well, you know, it's cool. Comes with some artwork on the side. Sometimes you get Steelbooks and there's nothing in there, and it's like, cheapo. But yeah, Steelbook in the collection to weigh down those shelves heavier. Maybe I should do the whole thing. Minions, yeah. I love the Despicable Me movies. I love Gru. Steve Carell's Gru is hilarious, and I love how the first one got real touching with the children. And you know, this is DreamWorks, right? Illumination Entertainment. Illumination? I thought these were DreamWorks. Maybe the other one was Universal. Illumination. But anyway, I enjoy these movies. They're fun. And this one was a good time. I really enjoyed this. And 3D again, you know, nice lenticular. Damn Martian. Marvin. I'll call you Marvin. Oh, no, he's going to attack me. So I enjoyed this. Great soundtrack. A lot of really old, cool, classic rock songs. But yeah, fun story. And you get to see a very young Gru when they first meet up with the Minions. I just want to say, I tell this to a few people, and they go, yeah, that would have been a good idea. I don't know why at the beginning, or after the first movie when it became so popular, and then these characters are like so real. You can get the toys and the figures and the plush dolls, and they all talk and do things, and very expensive though. I was looking into getting one or two, you know, the main character guys, and it would run a little over $100 if I did that. So it's like, no, they're not going to be sitting on my floor anytime soon. But I was wondering, it's like, you know, with the popularity of these little yellow things, why didn't Hostess start making Hostess Minions? And they're basically Twinkies, you know, the yellow Twinkies, and then with icing or something make the eyes, or make it look like there's like the overalls on them. Don't you think that would have been a really cool idea, a tie-in, you know? But then again, probably now that I just said it, I'm probably thinking, you know, it's probably not a good thing because it's not a healthy food and children will be wanting them and eating them. And then you got all the people saying, well, it's not healthy for the kids to be eating those things. Tic Tacs. Why didn't they make little Tic Tacs? You know, like the little Fred Flintstone vitamins from when you were a kid. Why don't they make little Tic Tac Minions with little, you know, little yellow with little dot eyes and then the little blue overalls in there, and you go. I'm nuts. I'm freaking nuts. I am. But I'm having a good time. Let's have some water, why don't we? Take a breather. Have a drink. Another Harryhausen flick. And one of my favorites. I really love this movie so much. The day I got this in the mail, I put it in and watched it. And it's just... It is one of those movies I saw when I was very, very young that just, it might have been my very first, well, I can't say it's the very first, because I've seen, you know, the old black and white ones on television, although I didn't know who Harryhausen was. I brought this up in my defending. There was a show in Chicago called Family Classics, hosted by a gentleman called Fraser Thomas, who then went on to be the ringmaster of the Bozo show in Chicago, WGN television. And he did the show called Family Classics, and they had basically a library of maybe 30, 40 movies, and they were all like classics, like My Friend Flicka, Sink to Bismarck, the Boys Town, things like that. And every once in a while, you know, they'd play Time Machine or some of the science fictions. And this was one of them, Mysterious Island, and that was the first time I saw this movie. And then years and years later, it played at the theater for some reason. I don't know if it was a double bill with something or a reissue, but I did see it on the big screen because I loved the movie by that time. I love the giant crab. one of my favorite Bernard Herrmann scores. I love his score in this. Journey to the Center of the Earth. You know, his horror scores, Psycho and North by Northwest and the Hitchcock stuff is great. Taxi Driver, his final. But I love the Mysterious Island score. When I was younger, it was weird. When I was young, I started listening. You know, there was music on the radio, you know, yummy, 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 I got my tummy, and all this other stuff you heard. But I got into classical music, and I started listening to classical music. And one of my favorite pieces of all time was Igor Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring. And if you listen to that music, it's almost very, it has moments that mimics John Williams's Jaws. Dun, 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 dun. And I remember hearing that when he performed that the audience, the music was so different and so crazy compared to other classical pieces that the audiences were going crazy and throwing things onto the stage, into the orchestra and stuff. But I always loved that piece of music. Also, another composer, Pictures at Exhibition, very Rhapsody. So many great classical pieces, and it got me into listening to soundtracks because I was weird when I was a little kid. I was very nerdy, and I was drawn more to the music as opposed to the vocal music of the, you know, the Beatles and the Monk. I was a big Monkees fan, more than the Beatles, and things like that. I did listen to, but I always loved. I was down in my basement. My parents had fixed it up just as a basement, you know, nice. You can sit down there, and I would go down there and I would build model kits, you know, all the Aurora model kits and stuff, and I'd have the soundtracks playing and on the albums, and they'd just play over and over again. And this was one I had. That's where I'm going with this. I had this compilation. It was like the Fabulous World of Bernard Herrmann or something like that. The Mysterious Music of Bernard Herrmann, and they had bits from The Day the Earth Stood Still, this, Journey to the Center of the Earth, I believe Fahrenheit 451, Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. That's where I heard and learned those tunes, that music. So then whenever I watched this, I just instantly, that brought me back. This is going way long. It just brought me way back. You guys love these stories, so I'm doing it. Back to making those model kits and that. When I put this on and heard that, it always just brings me back to being really young in my basement, building model kits and stuff. Look at the crap. I love that. If you've never seen this movie, check out Mysterious Island. It's one of the Harryhausen great movies. Went way long on that one. But little door opened up and it brought out a little feathers nail. I remember, so I told the story. Oh, I'm going to put the cat back on. I enjoyed this movie. I picked this up sight unseen, knew nothing about it. I think I saw the trailer when they were advertising this, and it looked terrible. It looked god-awful. And to this day, people even still, there are people ban this movie, pan this movie. I'm talking about pan. In 3D. Look, another Lynn ticket. Look, Martian, what you're missing. I had a great time with this movie. The 3D is spectacular. There's quite a bit that expands the screen, that comes out past the screen, but just the visuals of the I don't have a picture of it. The poster has, you know, the ship in outer space with the star field, and just the imagination, the fantastical imagination of the art direction and the visual special effects and I said imagination. What other words? I can't think. My mind is tired. Give it a chance. It's not Peter Pan. It isn't, you know, Hook. It's when he was a little boy before he even went to Neverland, and he's actually teamed up with Captain Hook, who's not Captain. He's just Hook, and he's like a rogue Indiana Jones character with the fedora, and he's bumbling and he's joking, and the two get along together. And Peter doesn't have his flying powers yet. You know, that only happens, spoilers, at the very end of the movie when he's attempting to save someone. It's just a visual eye candy. It really is. I tell people and they go, it was all right, you know, but I put this in, I had the 3D on, I had a blast. I enjoyed every moment of this movie. And yeah, there are some weird, quirky things in there, like Nirvana songs that are, these characters start singing for no reason at all, but it works for me. I was like, okay, whatever, you know. Speaking of another panned movie that isn't Pan, I picked this up because the trailer looked hilarious. I'm sorry, all his movies get panned. Pan is the word of the day. Ah! Pee-wee. Say the magic word. Or the duck can come down for you older folks. Say the sacred word. I watched it. I had it. I got it 3D pixels. Yeah, it's on the Razzies. It's nominated for the Razzies, and I don't care. I had a great time watching this. I enjoyed it. Listen, when you got what's his name, Kevin James, and they introduce him at the beginning of the movie, and you find out he's the president of the United States. Kevin James, Paul Blart Mall Cop. You got to just kind of go, okay, it's that kind of movie. In a reality where Kevin James is the president, I'm on board. Whatever, you know, I'm right there. And a lot of the special effects are really cool. The Pac-Man, the Centipede stuff. I love the Donkey Kong stuff at the end with that. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, Peter Dinklage was wasted. You know, I think they got him just for name. You know, for to get people to go see it, but not as bad as what I've heard people say. I don't know, but I'm easy. You know, I like Manos: The Hands of Fate. I like bad movies. I find them entertaining. Robot Monster, you know, but I also like modern day bad movies. Battleship, Wild Hogs. Pixels. Had a great time with it. We're almost done, folks. 28 minutes. I bought this blind buy. Again, Roger the 3D completist. But it sucks. It sucks. I do have maybe 5 movies in my 3D collection that really suck. But I got them just because they're 3D. Poltergeist. Yeah. Meaningless. Never needed a remake. Just reissue the original, throw it on the theater screens, let people go see it again on the big screen. That's what they should have did. How can they make it better? Poltergeist was great. Spielberg, Tobe Hooper. This crap. Their promotion was the clown, and the clown looks evil. If you watch the original Poltergeist, the clown did not look evil. It was the kid thinking the clown was evil because of the lightning and the low lighting and made it. But the clown face itself was a normal clown. This clown, the minute you see it, looks evil. Terrible promotion. Terrible. They based it all on that. And they took all the main key action sequences, the good parts of the last movie, the original movie, and they tried to do them, and it was just garbage. I mean, when they're going in the house for the first time and they're looking around deciding to buy it, and the little kid is already scared of the house, that's not right. It's no, you know, watch the original. They were a normal family. They were the most normal you can be, and these weird things were happening, and then it just got worse and worse. Just a great movie. Always kept you waiting to see what's going to happen. Great score, too. I believe Jerry Goldsmith. Could be wrong. But this was a piece of crap. This really is. I probably, maybe around Halloween, will watch it again sometime. Or if I'm really bored or drunk or something, I might throw it in just to see the 3D. 3D wasn't even that good either. It was, you know, it's a conversion, but what are you going to do? What you gonna do when they come for you? I love this movie. This is one of the best, 1954, one of the best science fiction B movies ever made. Them! that little girl. Oh, when I was a kid, that freaked me out. Just her walking in the desert blindly at the very beginning, and the audio, the sound design of the creatures, which sounds like a weird electronical take on the cicada sound. You know, you hear in the summertime. Got a nice glare on there. I love this movie. Yeah, big mechanical ants, you know, but for its time, it's awesome. Shoot the antennae. Great movie, great story. When I had it on Laserdisc, I watched this every single year around the Halloween times. Just love this movie. It's one of my favorite. This ranks up there with Day of the Earth Stood Still. You know, the great B movie science fiction films of the 50s and early 60s. And this is, I believe, the first big bug movie. I think then after this came like the Deadly Mantis and the Giant Claw and the beginning of the end with the grasshoppers attacking Chicago. Again, bad B movies, but I love them because I grew up watching them when I was a kid. So in my mind, in my memories, they're cherished, you know. But this is a fantastic film. Case. Oh, Cheapo Eco. But look, they even give you some nice, yeah, you can see it now. Nice artwork on there. They forgot the exclamation point, though. Even on the cover, they don't have the exclamation point. Shoot the other antennae! Shoot the other antennae! This one I heard was really crazy. Did not watch the trailer. And it's a foreign film from Japan. And I'm always looking for interesting, cool action movies. And so I heard about this movie called Tokyo Tribe. Like that focus so you can kind of see the artwork on there. It's really pretty amazing. The art design, the colors, the cinematography, as it were, is beautiful to look at. The color schemes in that. First 5 minutes in, I'm like this. And 10 more minutes in, the entire movie is basically rap. Every character in Japanese language is rapping. Of course, subtitles. You got to read the subtitles. I have no idea if they can ever do an English dub of this. Because no doubt, even if they do someone dubbing the English, the mouth is never going to look like it's matching. You know how in dubbing they try to rearrange what they're saying on the subtitle to match the lips of the actor? I hate dubbing. God, people, learn to read the subtitles. It's not that difficult. But this, I did a What's Roger Watching, and if you go back in my past videos, check out where I'm watching Tokyo Tribe, because I do put some, you do see some action scenes in there, and what I'm talking about, the color scheme and the rapping in that. It's the ending fight scenes are fantastic in this movie. I equate this to, do you remember the movie The Warriors? I just talked about it in my last Defending. The Walter Hill movie with the gangs that was very comic book-ish, where each gang member had their own style, the baseball furies or the Lizzies or the guys on the roller skates. This is very similar to that. It's a gangland thing. There's all these various gangs, and they all come together and battle at the end. But they all have their own little style. They all have their own style of rap. It's so interesting. It's so fascinating. I love when I see something different that I could never imagine and original. And definitely give this movie a try. Tokyo Tribe. Either stream it, find it somewhere, watch it. This was cheap. It was only like $12 I picked it up. So maybe you want to pick up the Blu-ray as a blind buy, just as one of those movies to have in your collection that's just weird and odd but entertaining. It has some badass fight scenes in it. Really, really cool. And the final, our last catch of the day. Yeah, I heard great things about this. I love the documentary. The documentary came out, I believe, 2 years ago, maybe. and it was nominated for an Oscar. I don't know if it won or not, but this is the Zemeckis version of what that documentary was about, which was called Man on Wire, and this is called The Walk, and it's the 3D version with the cool lenticular cover. This is the tale of the gentleman, the Frenchman, I believe, who manipulated his way to the top of the World Trade Center and decided to walk the tightrope across both buildings. I can't wait to watch this, especially in 3D. I hear it's dizzying at the end when he does the walk, so I'm really interested in seeing that. I hear it's a really good movie. Unfortunately, I don't believe it was nominated for anything in the Oscars this morning, so who knows. But anyway, that's the last of my pickups. I guess you can kind of call it the Christmas haul, as people have been doing, but you know, this was after. This was once my bills and everything were paid, and I had a little money, and I went and looked for some budget movies, and I found quite a few of these at a real good price. So I jumped on them, and I needed them in my collection. And let me do what most people do. They go, look at my haul that I got. I got all these movies. Like, these aren't enough. Anyway, people, I hope you enjoyed my pickup video. Who am I doing there? I have no idea, but I'm talking like someone familiar. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you just stumbled on it, I always say this. Well, I have to. If you're a stranger out there, I hope you'll be found and someone will love you. I'm spitting. I hope you can't see that. I see little bits of spit coming out of my spittle. If you just stumbled across this channel and you go, who's this goofy guy showing off movies he bought? And you liked me, go down and subscribe. Hit the little red button, subscribe, and check out my other videos, and continue to watch my future videos. I've completed my Defending My Collection, as most of my viewers know. Thanks for watching, and thanks for commenting out there. And I hope you enjoyed my little skit at the end. That's all I'll say. Some people really enjoyed it, from what I hear. But those are done, and I'm going to continue with the rest of my Blu-ray collection. In the next couple weeks, I should have the first video of that, and it'll be all the 3D movies that I have, Blu-ray movies. So in all my Defending My Collections, the A to Z's, if you didn't see things like the Avengers, or any of like the Disney films like Beauty and the Beast, or Cars, they're all in the 3Ds. So we'll go through those in the next couple of weeks, and I just want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for being a friend. Yeah, so I'm going to shut up. All right, go back. Go watch a movie. Bye, folks.